in the bean to cup coffee, which is the espresso based coffee, there is actually no specific North Indian, South Indian profile, simply because the cafe culture that burst on India in mid-90s, started off in the south, in Bangalore actually, and then expanded all over the country. So when the cafes make their coffee, they also have a uniform taste pretty much across the country. So nobody wants, because at the end of the day, each cafe wants its taste profile to be unique across the country, right? Because that's what the consistency of that taste is what you're looking for. And therefore, the best way to do it is that you create awareness among your consumers. For example, you have consumers in the early days of Georgia when we were developing the products. I used to particularly go and sit in different cafes, right? And there were a couple of them around us and brands at that time. And I used to actually go there, sit there and watch what consumers were asking for, right? People didn't know what Americano was, what espresso was. Italians like this coffee and pay a premium for it simply because it works well in an espresso. So the lessons we have learned from that is that if the Italians, who are the connoisseurs of espresso coffee, the birthplace of espresso, can appreciate what is good in a Robusta, then there's something that we need to learn from them. Now, when it comes to Japan, there are coffees. Japan is not specific about one particular type of coffee. They buy a lot of washed Arabica, but Indian coffees work very well in many international blends not because they have a unique character or something that is like an Ethiopia wow factor, but it is very neutral, moderate acidity and has a medium body and is not disruptive in a blend. It goes very well as a blend, and therefore people like to buy Indian coffee. Now, in the Georgia taste, we have tried among all these things to actually try and give the closest to what we think is the representation to the South Indian filter coffee, which a lot of people in the north have tasted also, or rest of India, and appreciate. But it's just that it's a cumbersome process of making it. We thought that the blend that we created would not only be international in some sense, but also trigger the senses of those people who are familiar with South Indian filter coffee. So we try to bring a blend of it.